Welcome everyone as we prepare once again for another double parsha of Behar-Bechukotai. In the first parsha, in Parashat Behar, in the beginning of the parsha, we are taught the laws of Shmetah and of Yovel. The parsha begins with an interesting pasuk. It says, "Vaydaber Hashem al Moshe b'Har Sinai le'mar," and Hashem spoke to Moshe at Har Sinai, saying. The question that arises is, we know where they are. We know that they're in Har Sinai. Why does the Torah feel necessary to suddenly come and remind us where they are? What's important about that? Rashi, picking up on this, comments that just as all of the details and all the laws of the Shmetah were taught at Har Sinai, so too the laws of all of the other halachas were also taught at Har Sinai. Just happened to pick this one. And all the details are transmitted straight from Hashem to Moshe. But the real question is, why did it happen to pick this one? What is an important lesson in the laws of Shmetah and the laws of Yovel that we can learn to all the other mitzvahs? When the Yovel is introduced to us in the pasuk, it says, "V'sefarta l'cha sheva shabbosos shanim, sheva shanim, sheva pamim." You should count for yourself 7 shabbosos of years, 7 times. 7 years, 7 times. You should count this 7 years of the Shmetah, count that 7 times, you get to the 49 and the 50 years. That will be the Yovel year. What's interesting about the pasuk is the word usage of the word of Sfira, of counting. So we find Sfira in a few places. We find it Sfira by Ezav and Ezava, Sheva Nekiim, the count Sheva Nekiim. We find it again by Sfira Sa'imer, and we find it here. And what is interesting to note is that all of the cases, it's multiples of 7. So why is 7 important for time? 7 is the basic time block that shows a complete block of time. The world was created in 7 days, and 7, a week, represents a complete block of time. It is, again, by the Sfira Sa'imer, which is 7 times 7, 7 weeks, 7 times. It's reinforcing that idea of a completeness of counting. And of course, the Shmetah Yovel cycle builds up 7 years, and then 7 times of 7 years. It means a completeness and a total of closing of the loop. That's the most complete a time counting can be. So we start with the Zav and the Zava, that they count as 7 days. So that's, again, the basic unit of 7, but you start by the Tumah and you end by the Tara. When we use the word Sfira, it's not just counting, denoting the passage of time, but rather it's telling us that I'm counting to something bigger. I'm building one on top of another, one on top of another. In other words, it's not just 7 days, it's 7 continuous days. It's the continuality over there that I'm moving and continually building one on top of the other till to get to an end. It's not just the 7 days have passed. It's 7 days that were complete, 7 days that one fed into the next, and each day got bigger and greater because it's adding on to what was before it. Same idea, obviously, with Sfira, that the 7 weeks of Sfira is all about the correction, the self-improvement, the deep introspection of this period. It begins with the korban omer, which was a korban that was brought of barley, which is considered to be animal feed. And after we go through that stage of 7 weeks, 7 times, that completeness, we finally reach to the end. What's at the end is the korban of the shtei alechem, which is the 2 loaves of wheat. So we have progressed from the animal feed to finally to a grain that is fit for human consumption of the wheat. So again, it's moving on and moving on. It's not just stopping, it's taking what you had before, building on top of that, and going further. That, of course, is the ultimate culmination of that, is the process of Shmetah. Shmetah itself is 7. It's not just a week. It's not just a day. It's 7. It's a year. It's that 7 times. The biggest unit of time, a year, 7 times. Again, the number 7, and not just that, another 7 times until you finally reach the end of the process, which is the Shmetah, which is the Yovel at the end. again, it's such a long process, but it's a process that it's continually building one on top of the other, and it's a process of continual growth. So maybe that's it. That's the message. Why it specifically went ahead and picked the mitzvah of Shemitah, because it's a message about how to properly do a mitzvah and how to properly live the Jewish life. It's a message of continual growth, of taking one day and building on the day before it, and continually to say, I'm going to try to do better than I did yesterday, and then again better, building on what I did. It's a process. It's a growth process that really you see that Shemitah, what could be bigger than that? It's the ultimate marathon. It's 7 years, 7 times, 49 years, but always looking to the end, What's going to be at the end is going to be the Yovel. That's why it chose the mitzvah of Shemitah, the mitzvah of Yovel specifically, to teach us this important lesson that we always have to strive to be better, strive to grow, and strive to be more connected. So that message, I wish everyone a fantastic Shabbos. All the best.